All right, how y'all doing? All right, give me a second. Catching up to my own self here. Thank you, Ampish. Okay. How's everybody? How's everything? Awesome, good. Good. I'm good. Well, I'm better now. I've calmed my nerves a little bit. So this time, something political this time. So I read that 3/4 of the Senate, or whatever the case may be, is opposed to having the Senate trial for Donald Trump's insurrection, which means they're more than likely going to acquit, which means he's more than likely going to get away with it. which I don't understand. I completely don't understand. Completely don't understand. They don't even want to have the trial, which means that once they do have it, because it's going to go through, they don't have any choice, that they're more than likely going to vote not guilty, and then you don't have your majority because you need 67 out of 100. Like, I don't even understand. Like, not at all. I 100% don't understand. Like, what were they looking at that the rest of us was not looking at? Like, I get, partisan this and blah, 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 whatever. But I don't get it. So that's what I want to see. Will he be acquitted? More than likely, yes. So this still says yes. Every reading I do says yes, but I don't. Here's the thing. I'm going to say no. He will be acquitted and not convicted. Here's the thing. These entire however many years we've been doing readings on Donald Trump, everybody got that, including me. The cards would say he's not going to make it his full term. He's going to go, all this, all that. That's because he should have. They had every single opportunity to get rid of him. He should have. He didn't. He made it full term like I thought he would. The cards always said, everybody said he was going. I said he was going. I even gave you 2 dates he was going by. And those came and went. 4 years later, he was still there. Whatever. Now, it wasn't one termer, but he made it full term. So he should have gone. And that's what the card said too. In this case, same thing. He should be convicted. I do not believe that he will be. First, 5 of coins and hermit. Pushed out, isolated. It ends in Biden and manipulation. So, by all accounts of what it says, he should be convicted. I do not think he will be. At all. Donald Trump impeachment Senate trial. Let's see if we can just do that. See how we'll go. Six of Wands, 3 of Wands. So it gets off to a bit of an auspicious start. The Devil and the 9 of Cups is here, though, which means there's some manipulation. So there's either going to be some witness tampering or just plain old Republican obstruction. Trying to run this country with Republicans is like trying to drive with 3 flat tires. With 3 spares in the trunk. We could switch them out, but we never do. They're not interested in governance at all. Like at all, whatsoever. There's the Devil and the 9 of Cups. Whatever it is that they desire, they're about to get. You got the 6 of Wands, which is victory in the middle, and it ends in the Chariot too. And all this because they need a majority. They still have the chance to do the right thing, but don't think they will. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, where were they on the 6th? What were they actually looking at that we weren't looking at? What were they experiencing that we weren't experiencing? The man who threatened AOC said he did it on Trump's orders. I don't understand. And this is not for entertainment purposes only. The only thing that would have probably changed this if they would have killed or maimed Mitch McConnell and Mike Pence. And not or. If they would have killed or maimed one of them two, maybe we would be somewhere different. But other than that, they apparently were not in the same country or time zone or space-time continuum as the rest of us. The only thing that would have changed this is if Mike Pence or that other fool would have got seriously hurt or killed. I think that's it. And hell, who knows? Maybe not even then. Because one of them Republicans got shot at the baseball game and they did nothing about gun control. So, a Republican, mind you. So I don't know. I do not know. I'll ask one more time. Will they vote to convict Donald Trump? 3 cards. That's it. 5 of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Magician. Manipulation. This would be a no, but it ends in Magician. So we'll see. I'm still saying no. No, they will not. We'll ask again on Sunday. I literally cannot stand Republicans. If you vote for Republicans, you deserve nothing in this world that's good. Will they vote to convict Donald Trump in the Senate? Negative, positive, positive. A surprising, overwhelming decision. Crossroads, the fish, the clover. What has to happen for them to convict? The Republicans all need to drop dead. That's why. Because that's the only thing standing between him and conviction. They don't want evidence. They remember the first impeachment trial. They had evidence. Coercion. Ukraine. Abuse of power. Nah, it's all right. You're good. Carry on. Okay, so he didn't just call them and say, hey, we're not giving you money unless you give me dirt. When everybody saw the same thing, what were they looking at again? Well, it's all right. No big deal. Well, let's ask, what has to happen for them to convict? Hierophant. 4 cups. Emperor. 4 coins. 9 of swords. They would need to break open or threaten. They would need to threaten. Here with the Emperor and the 9 of Swords, there would have to be some... because the Emperor, for me, thank you, Adrian, is an abuse of power. And so there would need to be some threatening on the other side of a release of information. 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Something you don't want to deal with, but something that they could release out into the world. Has something to do with people in the government. Which I would say, why not do it? The release of information. There needs to be a threat that goes out. Somebody's going to have to strong arm. That's what's going to have to happen. A threat of release of information. No, I agree, Lynn. That's sad but true. Nobody's on the Democratic side is going to abuse their power. They should in this in particular case, because it really is that important. And I don't really even call it an abuse of power. I think it's just more than likely you need to step up to the plate and have some cojones for once in a while. Stop letting them run over you like you don't have power too. That's what I say. But whatever. You do you. I don't even care at this moment. Not anymore. Not anymore. Hi, Blissful Divination. Me, Adrian, and Blissful Divination are going to do a live stream sometime in the future. Is it Friday, Adrian? Adrian's in here somewhere, aren't you? I think it's Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Pamela Doss, I'll answer your question. We'll take a brief detour. You say she's looking for a new apartment. Will she find one? Okay, Friday night at 7 p.m. So this Friday, me, Red Lentil Healing, and Blissful Divination are going to do a live stream. We will be on Red Lentil Healing's channel. Be Friday, what she say, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all right, lucky girl. You were. Thank you, Lynn. You're right. We're not doing personal readings. I'll just do that one just to decompress, because I did my clearance spray. I just because this really. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It drove me insane. I don't understand what they're looking at that I'm not looking at. So anyway, off of that, onto this. Will she find an affordable house? So here we have the 8 of Pentacles where we start. The Knight of Cups, 2 of Coins, 6 of Cups, 3 of Swords, Knight of Coins, 10 of Coins. Yes, it's going to take a little time though. The 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, there has to be a day-to-day thing. The 8 of Pentacles is something that not warns you, but tells you that whatever it is that you're doing, you need to do it on a daily basis. This is the mastery card. So whatever it is, you need to be doing it on a daily basis. So there doesn't need to be a day that goes by that she's not looking at something or looking for something, at least in her price range and in her travel range. The Knight of Cups is an offer, so there will be one that comes in. This one might be a little more pricey than as expected. She can afford, but it would mean other things would have to be rearranged. Here with the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Swords. It's not ideal but it will be something that will get you or get her into another place. There's also some money coming that has something to do with children. Does she have a child support or there's some sort of money, steady money coming in that has something to do with the kids too. That will help. So if she wants to, or if she can afford to wait a little bit until this starts rolling in, then she can find something better. But if she's in more of a desperation mode, then she'll have to take the one that's not ideal. But there's something here about child money. So I don't know if it's from the government, as in, because they're trying to increase the child tax credit. They're trying to increase the child credit that comes with the stimulus checks and things of that nature. But there's some money coming about kids here. But yes, she will have the ability to find something that is more ideal, but she'll have to wait a little bit. But if she can't afford to wait, then she'll have to take the one that's a little more expensive. Okay. So back into the mud again. Oh, Jen Lynn had a. I know it, Sammy. I can't. I really can't. I'm just. Clearance spray, redlentilhealing.com. Get you some meditation oil. I got my pain oil today too. There it is. redlentilhealing.com. Pain be gone. Pain in my ass be gone. That's what it's. Pardon me. Okay. Relax, relate, release. Lord Jesus. Yes, it does. Yes, I did. Thank you, Lab Rat. I was waiting for you to come in the chat. You and Mystery Achiever. I got my tea stuff too. And my other thing. The marinade. Yes, I got my paints. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you very much. No, Robin. Oh, yes, Linda. Linda says she has come in contact with COVID. So if we could, oh Jesus, we could pray for Linda. Okay, there it is. Linda. COVID. I heard Linda G is doing better as well. She was having trouble walking, Jen said. Yes, I am, Joanne. It's right here, actually. There's nothing in it because I drank it just a minute ago. That Linda G is another reader. Earth Mama, because they're more than likely going to vote to acquit Donald Trump. So that kind of got me in my feelings right now. Yeah, she has vertigo. So she is doing a little better, I heard. Okay. But Jen Lynn said she wanted us readers out there to look into Cuba, Biden in Cuba. Will he, let me stop doing that and making useless noise. Will he eliminate the embargo? Now, I thought, didn't Obama do that? What did he do? Travel embargo, trade embargo. Didn't he do something with Cuba already? But she said she'd be interested to see what other people get. So I'm going to try it here. DC and Puerto Rico and American Samoa and Virgin Islands. And what's the other one? I said them out of order, so I don't remember. It's another one. We got 5 U.S. Guam, 5 U.S. territories. No president, Democrat or Republican, has ever allowed, thank you, Bliss, for that, allowed anybody to become a state. So I don't think it's going to happen this time either. He reversed it. Why? Like, okay, let's see. Biden and Cuba. Will he reopen relationships with Cuba? They should. Every single last one of them should be a state. Because there are people, especially if you live in Puerto Rico, you can vote, but your vote doesn't count because you have no electorate. Or your electorate has no power. So no taxation without representation, my behind. So we have 5 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. There is still some building to do there. There is possibly an offense based upon our former government, because there is a loss here. There's some grieving, some sadness, and then some 8 of Swords. Like, this is not easily forgotten. This is sort of trapped in our reputation. However, that's just the beginning. There is some community coming here with the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. There is some building upon this relationship. There will be some conversation and some ties that are made. There might be some, it will be criticized simply because it seems like one side got something that the other one didn't. Like, we may come out with the 9 of Cups. We may come out on the losing end of this in particular agreement. Like, they say, okay, you want us to even have a conversation with you. We need this, and this. And then we gladly give it to them because for some reason or another, we can't wait to get to Cuba or whatever the hell. But there's an imbalance in the relationship. It does even out eventually to where they can become trade partners or something of the sort. Like, there's Cuba energy, there is American energy. So there will be some victory on that end. This is not an overnight thing, but I think, yes, there will be some relationship between Cuba and the U.S. Sandra, that's what I'm saying. You still can go serve in the military and then go home to Guam and can't vote. How does that make sense? At all. All right. I don't know what I just wrote down here. Oh, got it. I did that one. That was the one that raised my ire. Okay. Lord, Lord, Lord. So I want to ask, What's coming up next? Well, Penn, what's his name? Pence was living in the governor's mansion. And so since he's not governor anymore, he doesn't have a house. But I think it was more of a headline than it was an actuality. He can get him a house. I mean, he's not poor by any stretch of the imagination. Get a naked chest. I gotta find me some adornments here. He'd be all right. Pence is pants if you turn on the if you turn on the closed caption. Back in the day, every time I said Mike Pence, it said my pants. Which probably wasn't way off. No, we can't have naked chest. We got naked chest, right? There's a GoFundMe to buy them a house. They got enough money from Russia and whoever else, I'm pretty sure. My piece. Oh. They be all right. They got more money in their back pocket than I have. So you ain't crying for you, Argentina. Okay. All right, fellas. Okay. Couch surfing, I see. Oh, they'd be all right. Unfortunately. Okay. I want to see what's coming up next, generally speaking, for the families. And at some point, and I'm starting now, we have got to transition to stop talking about Trump 24 hours a day. There's other people in the White House that need some looking too. So we're going to do Biden and Harris too. I'll do them first. How about that? So what's coming up next for Biden? What's coming up next for Biden? Now, I recorded a bunch of videos yesterday for, the regular stuff that I put on the channel. So I see some of y'all's questions. I actually already did those. The Sarah Huckabee Sanders running for governor, I recorded that video. I recorded the video about DeJoy and the Board of Governors and a whole bunch of other stuff. Because Donald Trump seems like old news to me. I mean, I know that it incensed me that they're not going to convict him, but still, I'm over him. Like, I just am, but, he's still going to be in the news, so we have to talk about him, I guess. So, Knight of Coins and the Six of Coins, the Page of Coins, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Three of Coins, the Death card, Two of Coins, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Okay, what's next for Biden? We start with money, and this is more than likely I don't know if this is stimulus. Because this is regular money. Well, it's probably both, because it's regular and it's benevolent. So this is like a one-time payment and then something other that's steady. So there's two stimulus packages, or two, not stimulus packages, but infusions of money. I'll say it that way. One is regular, one is one time. So this is more than likely a stimulus check. And then this is more than likely the raising of minimum wage or something like that. Because this is money coming in intervals, a steady interval. So this is not like a steady check that we're going to get. This is something else. There's also increase to, not disability, what's the other one? Unemployment and so forth and so forth. So this is some steady dribs and drabs of money that are coming in, and a one-time payment thing too. There's also some delay when it comes to a bill that is being passed. This is not something to do with money. This is this feels like a health thing. This is a health thing. It's a COVID health thing, because there we have a transition. That's what we're trying to get out of right now. So there is something here that is delaying something to do with possibly, oh, you know what? There is a delay, or he wants 200 million vaccine thingies. He wants 200 million doses, or whatever the case may be, 200 million vials, or something like that. He wants a large dosage of the vaccine. And this will be a health thing. This is delayed, though. And is more than likely delayed by Congress, because here's voting in the Three of Pentacles there too, bipartisanship. There's something there about delays, and it might just be arguments or whatever the case may be. The Knight of Swords and the Two of Coins, there's some irrationality that is keeping things out of balance. I mean, irrationality is understatement, but irrationality. There's also going to be a change to government's working. So different things in the government buildings. So to go in a government building, there's going to be different protocols. There's also going to be different amounts of people that are allowed in the building at one time. This might spill over into the private sector, but it is going to be up to mayors and governors on that one. You're not going to get this out of DeSantis. So there is definitely going to be a change to the workflow in government buildings and government agencies. But that's what that is. There's also going to be right now there's an imbalance on child tax credits or children and money. And this is not school. This is something different. This is possibly public money or something like that. But there's still a fight. There's something hanging up on, it might be an increase of food stamps or something like that. There's something, because I know he executive ordered that one, but something is being hung up with children and money. There's also a transition into something working a lot more smoothly when it comes to funding. This feels like something to do with water. Maybe it's regulation and funding for cleaner water or something like that. It might not even be in this country. This could be something overseas when it comes to water. So I got the Six of Swords. There's something to do with water here that is going to work a lot more smoothly. And it might have to be with his environmental plans as well. But there's something here that is working better when it comes to water. I wonder if it's got something to do with like infrastructure projects that could impact water mains or things of that nature too. There's something there that's going to run a lot more smoothly because he's president. There's also chaos that is overseas. This is, I'm going to say this is a Navalny thing, to where he is trying to pressure Russia to do the right thing or to let him out of jail, But there's some chaos overseas that he is looking into as well. What else is here? There might be a change in something to do with taxes too. They all do that though. The moment they get in something, they either screw something up with taxes or they attempt to fix something with taxes. But there's a tax thing going on here too. that it is supposed to diminish with the death card. It's supposed to diminish what somebody pays. I don't see the nine of Pentacles is not here, so I'm not going for the riches and the 1% type thing. But somebody's going to have a diminishment in tax bill. There's also going to possibly be has it happened already? If y'all know, there is a Secretary of Education coming in because we have some sort of change in education. Oh, he does have the he said he wanted to forgive $10,000 of federal loans or something like that. They're pushing for 50,000, but I think the 10,000, like I said in another reading, was going to go through. But there is something to do with schools and changes in the money for schools, or changes in the money for something like that. It's a change in financial student loans or student taxes or student whatever the case may be. But there might be a Secretary of Education coming in, which is why you get the change here. What's the name of it? There is also a change in something else that was initially stopped. So what is that? Let's see what it is. Well, the EPA is going to have a revamping as well. With the Page of Swords, the Death card, because he's got a lot of changes at the core of his reading. So he's got a lot of stuff that he is trying to change in a short amount of time. Thank you, Joanne. Because he knows, like I know, and like we all know, in 2 years, our entire government could change because we do something very stupid, and we we hire whatever kind of government we have in the initial stage, whether it's Republican or Democrat, and then we flip half of the other piece of the government, the Congress, to the other party, and then we get nothing done for another 2 years. And so he knows he needs to change whatever he can change in 2 years before we all screw it up. But there's something in the EPA that is going to undergo a dramatic change, which I can see because, of where it just came from. I'll believe it when I see it, but we may have an end to fracking in some places. Because here we have the Page of Swords. There's your water. There's your land. There's your change. So I think we may be having an end to that coming up soon here. Okay. And there's also the stock market is going to do what the stock market does. It's going to go up and down. The rich stay rich, and the rest of us worry. So it's there's no collapse or nothing. All right. Kamala Harris. Let's see. I seen, God dog it. It is one low spot, and I can't stop looking at it. Lord. I seen Becca's question, why does he call his wife mother? I don't know if it's such a Southern thing. They do it a lot, actually. I never found it, I wouldn't do it, but it's not unusual because it was done a lot when I grew up in Oklahoma to hear a man call his wife mother after she has children. And then for whatever reason, everybody in the house calls her mother or mommy, and he does too. From time to time, but yes. I actually do have rainbow glasses. They're down there somewhere. That was Biden. Let's do Harris. What's next for you? You are in a very unique spot. Yeah, we called my mother grandma when she became a grandma. And her mother was actually called mommy by everybody. But it was sort of spelled like the opposite of meatball. It was mommy. All right. Very unique spot, Miss Harris. Madam Vice President Harris. So we got the Four of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Strength, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the King of Wands, Page of Wands. So we start with the Four of Wands. There is the administration and the Three of Pentacles. I think we start already with the fundraiser. There's some sort of fundraiser happening here already, because in 2 years you're going to, well, not even in 2 years, you may be having some special elections and things of that nature coming up that DNC needs money for. There is also a blocking of strength. Let's see whose. There is some man who thinks he's in charge. So this is more than likely McConnell. But it's not him. Because this is not McConnell. This is a man who is, he's carrying a bigger mouth than he knows what to do with. So it is somebody, probably one of them Holly people, who think that they can drum up support for something in the Senate, and it doesn't quite go that way. So she sort of has to step on their dreams. She's going to be the ball crusher for the next 2 years. And so she's sort of blocking someone's big mouth. Everybody in this card is not subservient. It is some people who have to be quiet. So whoever it is, she is silencing them with her own power. There is also Jesus. There's something coming up in the Senate that is going to cause some betrayal and some defeat. And I'm going to just leave it at that, okay? There is going to be a podium that she has to stand upon and maybe give some sort of message or speech or whatever the case may be to clear the air with the Seven of Cups. We will see. We're going to hear from her a lot more than we heard from Pence, and a lot more than we even heard from Biden when he was VP. And not just because of her in particular position in the Senate, but because for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, she's actually, if we think about it, she is being gilded to be the next leader. She's like next in line. And so what's happening right now is she's going to be giving a lot more speeches and things of that nature. By the Page of Wands, even though they have a press secretary, she's going to be doing a lot more clearing the air. There's something, though, that is about to be confidential. Here with the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords, there's something that is about to be hidden from view that could normally be in public, like a hearing. It has something to do with wins and losses. So this is more likely a hearing or something of that nature with the Five of Swords. So she is about to, and this is not a case that would be, I don't know if it's, well, I don't know. I won't say that, but there's something that would normally be in public that is now about to be classified or sealed or whatever the case may be. She may also give a speech about gun control as well, or something like that here with suffering. And I heard gun control. She may be giving some sort of talk or speech or statement. It's not a speech, it's a statement. So it's a statement about gun control or something like that. Or the need for it, yet again. She's also going to be defending Biden's choice on something too. Let's see if I can see what it is. They may be getting rid of someone that that could cause a headline. It's not controversial, but it could cause a headline of some sort, and she is defending those actions. And again, this is at her core. So she's going to be doing a lot of talking about clearing the air. Like a whole lot of talking. The most of the stuff that she is going to be saying is going to be in defense mode of something. And not because what they're doing is horrible, not because what they're doing is illegal, but just simply what they're doing is being questioned. Now, mind you, every time somebody asks them a question, we can't turn around and say, "How dare you ask that?" They're the president and vice president now. They're in the hot seat. So they're going to get these questions. And so there's somebody that's about to be nixed, and they are going to have a question about it. That person is close to the administration, but not completely in it. So maybe it's the Board of Governors. Okay, so I did the reading, and it said that the Board of Governors may get rid of DeJoy. It may be later on down the line, though. But because Biden can't fire DeJoy. The Board of Governors right now exists of 3 Republicans and 1 Democrat, all appointed by Donald Trump. And all of them can be fired from the Board of Governors for any reason whatsoever. It says just cause, so he can fire them and then replace them with other people. And those Board of Governors can then get rid of DeJoy. So it might be something like that. But not saying that that's what that is. It just might be. So that's how you get rid of DeJoy. So she's got a bunch of talking and information coming up. Okay. Who's next? Now we go into the ugly people. The Trumps. So let's do Donald first. Why won't we? Let's just dive right in. Thank you, Lori. Joanne bought it for me. I got 2. I got this one. And then she bought me this one too. It's got eyeballage on both sides. It's textured too. It's wonderful. Use the ugly cards. Actually, let's use something a little darker then. We'll use something a little scary. Donald Trump. As I say that, there's a devil card right on the bottom. Why not? Donald Trump. Let's see. Oh, we can use the zombie cards. Actually, I know what I want to use. I don't know where it is, though. There's only 167 decks in here. There is one called the Faces of Death. Horrid little things they are, but they are perfect for this family. Or we can use the Gothic Tarot. Let's use the Gothic Tarot for right now. Oh yeah, they'll have the trial. They can't stop the trial. All right. Thank you, Sylvia. Uh-oh, I got some cards that are flipped up already. They like, look at me. I want to talk. Fine. We'll pull you out then. What's next for the president? What is coming up for their president? King of Cups. Biden lives in your head, doesn't he? Four of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Temperance. The Emperor. The King of Swords. The Eight of Swords. And the Five of Pentacles. So there is a loss for power, or a loss of power here with the Emperor and the Five of Pentacles. Now, mind you, he said he was not going to start the Patriot Party, but he has filed something to start the Patriot Party. So he's starting the Patriot Party, just like we said, but it's not going to be effective. It's just something he wants to take money from. But there is a loss of power here with the Emperor and the Five of Pentacles. There is also working with a whole brand new group. So here we have the Ace of Swords. There is some brainstorming. Something new is going on. The Temperance, here's the working with. And then there's Donald Trump, King of Swords. So he is working with somebody. The 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, he is still getting money from either Republicans or the RNC. That's my Republican card. That's opportunities for money. So he's still getting some trickles and trackles of money from somewhere and somebody. The King of Cups and the Four of Wands, that is still his target. Now, mind you, this is not, this is Biden in the administration or Biden in the White House. Mind you, there's nothing he's trying to do. It's just mental and verbal. So Biden lives in his head rent-free, and he's going to keep that happening because that's the person who took away all his glory. Now, the Eight of Swords and the King of Swords, he is trapped somehow, some way. I wish this was jail. I wish I could tell you he was going to jail, but I don't see that. But he is trapped in it's in a loop of his own making. So it's kind of like he can stop thinking about Biden and then think about him and then cope with my alchemy card here. He'll cope and then it'll start all over again. So he's having a mental issue. Not to mention people flying over Mar-a-Lago with the "You're a pathetic loser" sign. I thought that was funny. However, your personal wealth, your lineage wealth here with the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles is about to go through something you cannot stop. I said that before too, a long time ago, that something is coming, you cannot stop it. And it was not just the election. Well, it was that too, but something is happening with your personal finance. The 8 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. There's a whole lot of loss here. Becca from the House of Lenormand saw this in the Grand Tableau. One row says had the bear, one had the fish. The fish is your on-hand cash, like your cash and stuff, your actual physical stuff. That is slowly bleeding out. 5 of Pentacles, there it is. Your finances, which is, your stocks and bonds and carrying on and what you're worth and all of that, that's the 10 of Pentacles. That is also being bled to death too. So your personal finance and your family finance are both going out of control and you cannot stop them. And your finances will be diminished to the Ace of Pentacles. Now, let's see. There is also a opportunity for you. Gotta call it like I see it. For you to take somebody else's money. Here with the Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Temperance, there is some money that you can be taking. This is not enough to dig you out of the hole, but I mean, if it's there to take, why not take it? That's your philosophy, so that's what you're going to do. Your family is working with a foreign leader, and that will be revealed as well. It probably already is, but this is going to be revealed with evidence. Ace of Pentacles. So this is not just Putin called such and such, who called such and such, who talked to such. No, this is like ... Here we go. Breadcrumbs are read right to you. So there is a foreign leader that you are working with here with the Temperance for your family, and it might just be for financial gain. It might be for whatever the case may be, but that will come to light. There will be a stoppage to that or a crippling of it with the Eight of Swords. So it's not something that it will not continue in the way in which it used to. Because I don't think any of you ever stop doing anything once you're caught. When we were searching for charities to do our next charity stream, there's a Trumpian charity out there still, even though they were barred from not having charities. So just because people tell them they can't do something don't mean they don't do it anyway. But there's a foreign leader and you're in bed with that person. You might want to watch your health, especially your physical body, not necessarily something in the blood or cells or anything. That's things like skeletal and something like that. Because the Five of Pentacles and the King of Swords, Five of Pentacles is my card for disease and well-being and things of that nature. There's some information coming out about the stoppage of... So the Eight of Swords, the Temperance, and the Ace of Pentacles, there's a stoppage of medicine and you stop one, but you promote the other. So this is more likely that hydrochloroquine garbage that you were trying to push on the world. There's some information coming out about that. That's probably where you're getting that money from. Like I said, it was some money for the taken that is still on the table. And this is my card for disease. So this is more than likely where you got it from. So there is still some money coming from there because there may be some countries that... I don't know how the poorer countries are going to do with COVID and COVID vaccines. I know that you are trying to still promote this because you have an investment in it. So there's going to be some info coming out about that. That's what I get. He's exhausting. Freaking criminals, I think. Let me break the law half the time. I go to jail so long, by the time I get out, they're going to make a Lifetime movie about me. I'll come out, I'll be a Muslim, speak 4 languages and everything. Lord Jesus. Okay. Don Jr. Thank you, Sin. Where's a kind? Don Jr. No, it depends on whose blood we're talking. I might say yes. It's not. It's a scan tag, so it's not a price tag. Just because I heard somebody said that on the last one, it's a scan tag. It is not a price tag, and it's staying there because it doesn't peel off clean. So I did that on the last one. I finally got it off, but it took 14 and a half minutes, and so it's not necessary because if it ain't bothering me, it shouldn't bother you. Don Jr. Thank you for the Cash App. I just got it. I'm not putting my peanut butter on my cups. Waste not, want not. 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Page of Swords, always. 4 of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Fool, the Hierophant, the 3 of Wands, Temperance. I get the same thing for this child every time. You need to talk to your father and y'all need to hash it out, whatever, throw a drink in his face, whatever it is you got to do. Y'all need to fix this. Or not, and drink yourself into a stupor and fall down the steps. I don't care what you do. At this point, you do you, boo. 9 of Cups and the 6 of Wands, there is a desire to be at the center of attention. He is right now in a fantasy mode of, I would like to be in charge. I would like to be on top, whatever the case may be. The 6 of Wands is the person in the center of attention. This is also the celebrity. This is the person who's claiming victory, a celebrated person. 9 of Cups, that's his desire. That's what he wants. Looks like the Medusa. So that's what he wants. The Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords, your progress with the Knight of Wands is about to meet the Page of Swords. So something is about to halt progress. It's about to go backwards. So we may be revisiting things that you were questioned on or people thought you should have been charged with, maybe the Tower meeting and things of that nature. But there's about to be some regression of things you thought you moved on from. There is also some diminishing within the family. You may be having an actual argument with your father, and he may be making you feel all of that big. Because we have the Knight of Wands instead of the King of Wands in the Page of Swords, which means we're now dealing with a child, someone who is sort of going backwards in time. So you went from adult who is running Trump empire down to somebody he's probably blaming because you're not sticking by him or you're not the pretty one, whatever the case may be. The 4 of Cups, the Fool, and the 3 of Wands. He is also giving you a task that you don't know how to complete, but you don't want to tell him you don't want to do it. By the 4 of Cups and the Fool. You don't want to tell him you don't want to do it, but you don't know how to complete it. The Hierophant, you want to be back in the government. There was a bit of, what's the word? Like when you really like the taste of something and like he has that. He He wants more of the same. That's what he wants. He wants more of that, whatever it was. I like allure. He liked that. Because again, we started with these Six of Wands. He wants to be the celebrated person. This is at his core, which means the government and morals. So there might be something immoral that his father is asking him to do, which is the thing he doesn't know how to complete and that he doesn't want to tell him he doesn't want to do. Because like I said, at the core of him is this. Government and morals. He also may make a church appearance. It is political. Because God don't know you. Temperance. This why I say this is his church appearance, but it's to work. It's not in earnest. The Five of Cups is how it ends. This is grief, sorrow, loss, things of that nature. He always gets grief. I always get grief for him. And it could be coming to a head here with the Three of Wands and the Five of Cups. We are moving towards a nervous breakdown. That's what we're moving to. The Three of Wands means that we have one wand left. And it's about to hit the fan. Because he's wrestling with himself. And that image of trying to be the namesake, trying to fulfill that Don Jr. vibe. Because he named his child Don the Third. So, you know, it's supposed to mean something now. That's what I get. You're almost to the end of your road. So we'll see. I mean, we're watching this dog eat grass already, so something's already wrong with him. We just... Ivanka. Let's do Ivanka. Let's do Ivanka. Kathleen, it is sort of a new one. I got it a week and a half ago, I think. Something like that. It took her 2 months to get back to me to let me know it was on the way. She gets no shout out from me. It ain't like she's in Bangladesh. She's in Texas. So, Ivanka. Stanky banky. Oh. Ivanka. Hi, Marcia. Let's see. Knight of Swords. Temperance. Seven of Wands, a Magician. Two of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. There's some suffrage in the family. Family is your core, so we're going to be dealing a lot with that right now. But there's some suffering coming in the family here. It might be just in general. I don't see a particular person. So it might be a tough time for the family type thing. But we'll see what else comes out here. We got the Knight of Swords and the Temperance. There's also some erratic behavior that is caused by a chemical imbalance. So someone may be having a mental issue. And it might be even you. But there is something... It feels around you, though. So somebody around you is going into a bit of a tailspin. And it's because of defending. But they are chemically having an issue. This is not just circumstantial. This is chemically, they are having an issue. There's also something about influence that, didn't y'all just get kicked out of your little country club or something like that? There is a influence here with the Magician that is going to be like neither one of these is what you want to see in relation to this. Like your power and your influence is going to be burdened and is going to be very difficult for you to use, or for you to get it back into the place it used to be. You're going to try, though, but you're going to be shunned. There's going to be a lot of that type of thing. It's not really, I won't even say shunned. It is obvious, because shunning seems, it kind of, to me, when I say shunned, it's like you walk up to the door and they turn you away. No, you know you are not, don't even try, because you already know you're not allowed in the first place. So there's some separation from places you pay for, too. So this is like country clubs and golf clubs and resorts and spas and Crack a Barrel and the Red Roof Inn, or whatever the case may be. Somebody see you coming and they say, no, thank you, go the other way. There's no room at the end, Mary Magdalene. So there's going to be some shun by society, and it is based upon your name. So congratulations. Because again, family's at the core. Based upon who you are, just like Sarah Huckabee, we don't want you here. Let's see what else is here. There is an imbalance in the family. This is emotional. So there may be some tensions within the family. And it is because of burden, because everybody is sort of in the hot seat right now. So none of you are doing well under pressure. You and Jarrett, though, are fine. It's you and everybody else. So maybe he is your shoulder to cry on for the time being. But everybody else is kind of like, it's a little too tense at the moment. There is also you defending financial decisions here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. So there might be some scrutiny over new patents or new opportunities or thank you, Letitia, whatever. There's something financial that you are coming under scrutiny for, that you're going to have to defend those decisions. There's also something that is meant to elevate you by the Seven of Wands. And that's probably where the scrutiny is coming from, because it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know if you're going to start your own something, like your own spa, your own resort, your own something that right now, seeing how your name is literally mud, it's not the best thing in the world to do, because there might be something about construction here. And so this is not the best thing for you to do right now, is try to build spas and schools for the women, or whatever the case may be. It may sound like it's a good thing and you're giving opportunities to somebody, but it's you. So, yeah. Your power, again, is weighed down by your name. There's also an intervention coming within the family here with the Temperance. Temperance is about sobriety. There is an intervention coming in the family as well, and it has something to do with, I don't know if this is Don Jr. possibly. Somebody may be doing an intravenous thing. This may not all be pills and snorts and all that type of thing. There might be an intervention coming about. That person is out of balance here with the Two of Pentacles, and they need some help. Again, at the core of this is family. So you are, for whatever reason, in the midst of all this. I don't know if everybody depends on you or if you're the rock that holds this garbage together or whatever, but thank you, Catherine. But this is, for whatever reason, and it could just be, hell, you know how the women of the family are usually the ones who hold everybody on the back anyway, so maybe it's you, because Melania is not part of the family. She is an outsider because that's how y'all treat her. And then the mother of dragons, as Lena says, I mean, she probably don't give a crap either. So it's, and for whatever reason, it seems to be boiling down to you. Maybe you are the one that they run to in times of crisis. I don't know. They can't run to Pace Boy because, you know, what is he going to do? And your dad, Don Jr. and Don Sr. are the ones who are falling apart. So we shall see. Family is at the core for you. So you're going to have to be the rock of salvation for this in particular band of misfits. That's going to work. That's not going to work. Eric. Let's go, Eric. Yes. Oh, boy. Thank you, Laura. Ivanka's very scared. I got a reading a while back when she started talking about how everything in the world was basically unfair. I don't advocate violence, especially not against women. But when a person who has a golden spoon in their mouth says anything in this world is unfair, she need to be popped 2 times in her forehead. I'm saying, just pop. Just you better not in your whole life say anything is unfair. Child, please. It is a single mother somewhere in this world who can barely afford to feed her kid, and her kid is in a hospital somewhere and she can't afford that either. Tell that person it is unfair that you and your daddy has been mistreated by Twitter. She deserved to pop you in your head 3 times. And you know, we ain't got to go that far. It's the person that worked for you that wanted maternity leave and they didn't get it. Now talk about unfair. You won't even raise your own kids. You trashy heifer. You better not ever say something is unfair. What am I doing, Eric? Okay. Eric. Eric, you are deluding yourself, sugar. You're at the core of yours is the Knight of Cups. That means you got a whole bunch of this going on and ain't nothing real. So let's see. The Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. You are having a very slow fall to realization. King of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. You are about to fall and fight at the same time. Here's my thing. I don't think Eric Trump, I did a reading on him. It'll come out eventually whenever I stop being lazy and upload everything. This child here. I hate pacing books. Yes, that's it. This child here, I don't really think at the core, not what we see, at the core of him, I don't think he's that bad. The reason I don't think he's that bad is because I think his spirit is what makes him tell on himself. The reason he keeps blurting out the quiet part is because his spirit wants him to be absolved of this. That way he can redeem himself somehow, some way. It's like, I'm going to tell on myself that way I don't have to deal with it anymore. Meanwhile, he tells on himself and he goes right back into it. But I don't think at his core, mind you, you got to go through all the garbage to get there. But at his core, I don't think he is that bad. I don't think Don Jr. is that bad either. I think right now he is suffering from his childhood. But Eric, I don't think is that bad. I just think that his spirit wants him to tell on himself so he can stop living lies. The Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. In time, he's on a slow fall right now. But he has every opportunity in the world to walk away from this. He just never really takes it. The King of Pentacles, this is going to be a constant fight because he will not walk away from this confrontation. He does not even really know he's in a fight. He's just knowing that something is being thrown at me, so I'm going to scratch back. But he's not, because if you're in a fight, then you do strategy. You come up with things to help yourself win. He's just flailing at the wind in the wrong direction. The Nine of Swords and the Ace of Wands, there's about to be some worry over a new action that he's going to take and is going to cause some defending. Now, this is both future, past, and present. Wheel of Fortune for me is about time. So the things that he's done in the past, the things that he's done right now is what's going to affect him in the future because he is still in a battle, because he is still lying to himself. He's very much a follower. And right now he is in the thick of it. Thank you, J.O. Right now he is in the he is in the thick of it. And his family, his like-minded people, his brother and his sister, you know what? I'm not going to say they're dragging him down because he's grown. They're going in the same direction. Again, there's some sort of slow fall here. Like they're all falling down. Mind you, they can stop this at any moment. Just come out and say, you know what? Yes, I did. I stole this. I stole that. I did this. I did that. Clink, clink. Okay, I'll do my time. I'll get out. The rest of the world will hate me, but I don't really care because I get to go live the rest of my life for my billions of dollars. Take that. They can stop this, but we all know they're not going to do any of those sequence of things that I just said. But right now, what he's dealing with is this. They're having troubles, all of them. Again, constant fight that he doesn't even know he's in. Because he's not strategizing. He's not trying to come up with the next thing. He's dealing with it as it comes along, which is why he's in constant defense mode and he's always worried. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. The Knight of Cups, the reason I call the Knight of Cups the false knight is because when I think knight, I think shining armor, I think swords, Camelot, you know, King Arthur, that type of thing. Somebody who's doing something. Not to mention in the tarot, the Knight of Pentacles is your mercenary. This is your person who does work for you, who is steady and reliable. The Knight of Swords is the person who rushes into battle, doesn't really have a plan, but is going to get there first. The Knight of Wands is the person who plans things or who has, you know, at least a strategy anyway, but this is the Knight of Action. The Knight of Cups is the Knight of Talking. This is the diplomat. This is the charmer. This is the romantic. This is the artist. This is the person who does nothing but talk. Even the horse is posing. They don't actually do anything. So this is why he's my false knight, because he's not an action card. He is a talker. And so All of his life is basically catch up to his brother and sister because he doesn't know what he's doing. This is the person who put on a charity event at Mar-a-Lago for children with cancer. The other two, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, were not there. None of them were anywhere in sight. It was Eric Trump and a whole bunch of rich people, cheesing and ha-ha, kiki, eating finger sandwiches and donating money to kids with cancer. Whether it went there or not, I don't know. But Donald Trump gets on the phone and says, hey, I heard there's an event going on down at my golf course. What's going on? And they was like, yeah, that's Eric. He's raising money for kids and cancer. Donald Trump says, how much did you charge him? They said nothing, because that's your friggin' son. He said, I don't care who he is. Everybody's got to pay. That's Eric Trump. He lives in that life. Mind you, he gets no sympathy from me. I'm just trying my best to explain what I think the cards are saying is all. Because you're grown. You could have been like Big Teeth, what's her name? Tiffany, and went and lived somewhere else. But nope. You didn't have a skill set for nothing else, so you wanted to be an American businessman, as Google says. Google, you're totally wrong. I think you should change that. But anywho, he's got some inner turmoil going. Melania. What's next? If she ain't writing a book, I don't know who is. At the very least, she could have somebody write it for her like she did her farewell notes or whatever they were. Yeah, she got engaged and didn't she graduate law school, or is she still in law school? I think she graduated. A first lady photo book. That way, that's mean. She got to do a photo book so Donald Trump can read it. I ain't going to fool with y'all today. It's a picture book. Oh, it's a picture book. I ain't going to fool with y'all. She's making a picture book so he can follow along too. I wonder if it's got, like on each page, it's got one of them strings you can pull. It says, the cow says moo. Oh, the woman says, who gives a F about Christmas? Okay, what am I doing? The Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Cups, Justice. And the King of Swords. The Queen of Wands is at your core. And the Lovers and the Ace of Swords. She's still married for the moment. For the moment. The Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. So here we have some there's plans to travel abroad. I'll just say it that way. This is not divorce just yet, but there is some plans to travel abroad. However, there is still some burden placed upon the rich woman about her money. So I know she evaluated or redid her prenup or whatever the case may be. But there's still some burden around her and money. She doesn't have just a big payoff that she can go skip to whatever island with whoever island boy she's skipping to it with. There is still some burden around money. And mind you, here with the family card, there's the Justice card and the King of Swords. He is about to go to court for something the family needs to rally around. But there's also something legal that the family is going to be involved in too. So this is not as simple as just, okay, I'm done with you since you're done with that, let's split and run. There is going to be some legal battles outside of the Senate impeachment trial. The Senate impeachment trial, technically, well, not technically, but actually should have been done before he left office, to be honest. But it wasn't, so we're here now. But y'all are about to go through some other stuff outside of the Senate impeachment trial, because justice is right next to him. There's also going to be some revelations. There's also another woman that you had a relationship with that you're going to be burdened by simply because more information is going to be coming out about that too. So this may have something to do with the girl you say betrayed you with the inauguration thing, because there's a lot of money involved in it too, naturally, because money is all that y'all think about. And so there is the Lover's card is here. You and Donald are still together, but there is somebody else too, which you do you because he doing him. So whatever, just spread it all around. Why don't you? There is does Tiffany have kids? I don't think she does she? Somebody might be having one soon. There's something here about someone she knows that's going to be having a kid. It's not her, and it's not Donald Trump. It's somebody else. So we'll see on that one. There might be a lawsuit coming too. The Nine of Pentacles and the Justice card. There might be a lawsuit coming too. That is, there's two. There's two. One is against you and one is by you. I think she may be trying to sue somebody for slander or libel or something like that, or she may be threatening to, at the very least, about a story or information that's coming out. So she may be, and mind you, she just set up her offices. To do what? You didn't do nothing when you were in office. Now you need an office? Get out of here. Anyway, she might be suing somebody for libel or slander or something like that. Maybe more libel, because libel is written. So maybe libel, which is very hard to prove or to win on. So it might just be a threat. Somebody else is suing you, though, for heaps and bounds of money. This might be a cosmetic lawsuit, something to just get in the headlines because you may have wronged someone. Because here again, with that woman, she may just be in her feelings and say, I'm going to sue Ivanka for $20 million because she stepped on my toe, whatever the case may be. There's also a lot of turmoil your husband is about to be going through with the Justice card here by Wayne. And so you can either stand by him or not, because, that's your own thing. But it looks like you are, because you're sort of caught in the trenches here. There's also going to be not information, but statements from your offices, I guess. or whoever is your mouthpiece here with the Eight of Wands about something you are doing possibly overseas, that you are trying to feed kids in Kuwait or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's what I see. I don't see Barry here. So let's go, Jared. Girl 2. Jared. You know, every time I hear his name, that's what I think of, is the jewelry shop, though. Well, she was supposed to return to Epstein, but he's dead. So her owner right now is Orange and Chief. Chief of the Goofy Day Parade. All right. It's a horrible milkshake, ain't it? Full of glitter and stitch witchery patterns. So let's see. Knight of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Lover's card, 9 of Pentacles, Temperance. At the core is 3 of Wands. He's still trying to get some stuff done. I told you he was running out of time. 6 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and it ends in the Tower. Okay. So let's start here. 3 of Wands, Temperance, 9 of Pentacles. There's still some work you're trying to do overseas or with someone overseas. You're trying to tie up loose ends because you have a lot invested here with the Knight of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. There's a big investment in something that you are trying to wrap up, or that you're trying to secure, or that you're trying to push it through. That way, this 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is a harvest card. Thank you, Gigi. But it's not a card that's overnight. This is harvesting something. So, you know, you have to water it. You have to this. You have to that. You know, in order to get something to grow and sprout fruit, you got to put a lot of time and effort into it. So that's what this is. But he's trying to push that through with the Knight of Cups. To make sure he gets his dividend. However, with the 5 of Pentacles, that's not going to happen. The people that you are doing business here with the Lover's card and the Temperance card, they are stuck in the past with the 6 of Cups. You were supposed to be giving them something or getting them something or whatever the case may be. It did not come to fruition. Now, mind you, I think maybe you were banking upon another term, because you have the 8 of Cups and the Tower, which means you were forced to walk away because things broke down in a way that you could not control. So you were banking upon another term because why wouldn't you? Because y'all did everything you were supposed to do. You threw away votes. You disenfranchised people. You did this. You did a whole bunch of stuff that was supposed to secure you the win, but you underestimated the rage that you have accumulated over 4 years that gave y'all numbers you could not hide, that you could not defeat, that you could not throw away. And so whatever it was that you were working on with this person with the Three of Wands and the Temperance is not going to happen. So I don't know how they're going to feel about you, but the Tower and the Lovers is here. So I think you also have a damaged relationship with the Five of Pentacles and the Temperance. This person is more than likely not going to do business with you again because you also have the abandonment. Now, with the Eight of Cups, it's not just abandonment and walking away. It's also going to a new horizon. So it is going to a person who they feel can do what they needed to do. And maybe you are just going to have to suck it up and not get paid. So you're going to have to lose out on this one. So Karma answered you in silence. We got peaky cards here, so we get to look and see. Let's see. There's also... There's a bit of... Your family is having a, it's called the Corona Tarot. They're having a bit of a illness issue with one of the kids. So it's not serious. It's just, you know, sniffles or whatever the case may be. But that's here too. I don't see pregnancy though, so I don't know who's having the baby. But things are not completing for you. Right now, this is going to be the year of the incomplete project. You're going to have to walk away from a whole bunch of stuff. Your security will be compromised too. Not your physical security, like your financial security, because people are not going to be doing business with you like they used to because you could not fulfill your end of the bargain with these people who are still stuck in that contract, or stuck in the past, I should say. But yeah. This is going to be the year of incompletion for you. We're at the Three of Wands. So it's Jared. I can't. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can find it for you. And then I'll link it in the chat. It's on Etsy.com. Oh, I type in Corona Tarot. The first thing pops up is my name. And it's on a Russian server, more than likely. Yep, it is. Good old Russia, always in my damn business. Ain't that nice? I type Corona Tarot, TarotsApprentice is the first thing I see. There it is. Because I did a flip through of this. Yeah, Putin does, doesn't he? There it is. That's the Corona Tarot. First thing, because I didn't type it Corona Space Tarot. I typed it all one word. And the first thing pops up is me. Mm-hmm. On a Russian server. Yeah, I know it. There's probably a McDonald's in Mar-a-Lago. Well, thank you, Good Vibes. I appreciate it. Then they should also watch the Navalny video, Let the Child Out of Prison. If you ain't scared of him, then let him out. Do an actual election with actual votes. That's what his body like. I mean, but fast food and soda every day, they put stuff in it to make you addicted to it. So, I mean, it's just like, you know, anything else. It's got the right amount of salt and the right amount of sugar to make you want even more. And he is not a person of self-control. So remember when he had the basketball team or whatever team it was that was going there, and he had that big hillbilly buffet with all the hamburgers and chicken fingers and all that? Like, come on now. Why did they post their crimes online? Because stupid is easy. Hi, Kathy. He's probably a type 8 diabetic. He can't possibly not be. Oh, that sounds relaxing, Dawn. Mm-hmm. Eat real food. I made beans and rice. That was my real food. Well, no, I made beans. My brother made rice. To be specific, because that is important. Okay. Let's see. What else did I have? I had one I didn't write down. Oh, I wanted to do the Trump library because, okay, it says not to expect it because it is expensive to build one and the government might pay for lifetime Secret Service protection, but it does not front the money for a library. No federal funds may be used to build or equip a presidential library, and no federal property may be used either. To get the ball rolling, former presidents must create a nonprofit, that's their specialty, to raise hundreds of millions of dollars. While they may do so in limited sums, they must do so on their own. And you can take the money from anywhere in the world, though. But will he have himself a presidential library? No, I hadn't actually needed anything from the store. And I have short ribs to cook next, so I don't need anything. So he is more than likely not going to get a presidential library because the thing said he cannot use government property. The government does not pay for it. He has to pay for it, and he has to find the money not the money, but the property. So you have to find the property and the money to build this library. So now, mind you, if he's a billionaire, you can buy it and do it yourself. But or like this says, set up a nonprofit and you can raise money in unlimited sums. So you can get gajillions of dollars. But what would be the purpose of anybody giving him all that money when he's not president? He should have did it before he was out of office, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. And mind you, he'll probably raise the funds like he did for the wall and then put it in his pockets. Raise the funds and it'll just be a little hut with a pamphlet in it. Ace of coins and Ace of cups, 3 of swords, 6 of wands, 3 of cups, chariot, 5 of cups, 9 of pentacles, the lovers, King of cups. So the support is not there with the 5 of cups and the King of cups. So it does not look like he is getting a presidential library no time soon. There is the Ace of Cups. You cannot find the support. You can't find the new people, and the support suffers because of it. Now, mind you, the Ace of Cups, this bird up here, it's about peace and offerings. The traditional depiction of the Ace of Cups displays the offering that I shall show you. That little Bayer aspirin in the middle there, that's communion. So that is you participating in a ritual, or you offering something or taking the offerings of something. Notice that is missing here in this card. Deck chooses the reading, I guess. So there will be no offerings, and therefore it suffers. However, there is some other things, I guess, that you could be. There are still people who are going to try to support you when you travel. So if you're going to still probably doing rallies and stupid stuff like that, you'll still get that. But as far as the library goes, no. The Lover's card, the 3 of Cups, the community, the like-minded people, that suffers. That ends, that loses. So no library for you. Now, again, you can probably find somebody overseas stupid enough to give you money like they did the first time. Because for all the conniving garbage that Vladimir Putin, since they're listening, let me tell you, for all the conniving stupid garbage that you did in your country and your KBG and GBG and all this stupid stuff, for all of that, I want you to understand, keep it in your faux front, your back front, and your side front, that the person you picked to destabilize the USA was Donald Trump. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. He almost did it. No, he didn't. Actually, no, he didn't. The people who are fringy and crazy, they have always been fringy and crazy. They just found one that looks like them and they just went a little fringier and crazier. But no. No. Oh. No. You picked Donald Trump. And said, hey, I think he'll do a good job. No. He can do nothing right. Have you seen him write his own name? That's it. No, he's not done, because, that's That would be crazy to just try once and not try again. But he picked Donald Trump. Stupid people. Okay. There's another guy. What's his name? Leon Black, the billionaire boss of Apollo Global Management, who gave $158 whole million to Jeffrey Epstein. He said he was not involved in all the dilly-dallying, but Jeffrey Epstein helped him save money on taxes through tax loops and tax this, and he basically helped him make a whole bunch of money. But you gave $158 whole million to Jeffrey Epstein. And you say you wasn't in on the dilly-dally. Now, he also said that Jeffrey Epstein shouldn't have been arrested. He was just eccentric. So if he was eccentric, what do you call a rapist? Because I want to know what your definition is, because I'm reading different books. $158 million to Jeffrey Epstein. But he was not involved in any of the dilly and the dallying. So I want to know, was it just financial with you and Epstein, or is it something else? Now, mind you, he stepped down from being CEO, but he's still on the board or something like that. I can't. So let's see. Is it just financial between you and the gross one? I got too many cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Four of Cups. The World. You were offered because you knew. Page of Wands, he told you. Ace of Cups. Three of Cups, you're invited to the parties. Nine of Pentacles. The Hangman. Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Swords. And the Death card. I don't see any kids. I don't see any devil. I do see the money. This is large sums of money paid to one person. And it was done over time with the Wheel of Fortune. You were offered and you did partake in the parties and the things of that nature. But again, I don't see any children here. This is just offers to be part of the community, which means you were aware. And like I say, when you're aware, you're responsible. So you should have said something, did something, but that's you. The Hangman and the Death card, though, you might know something about those around him as well. I'll leave it there. I don't see the children. Let's just say that. But I bet you the deeper somebody look, the more somebody will find. Okay. Giuliani gets demonetized from YouTube. Oh, I find that funny. He gets demonetized from YouTube. So what is next for Aliani Juni? Let's use these. We'll use nice, sweet cards for you, Rudy. He gets demonetized from YouTube. He gets sued by the what-you-call-it people who were the voting machine people. He gets sued by them. Demonetized by YouTube. What's next for you? Dominion. There you go. He's getting sued by them. He ain't got no money. He ain't got that kind of money. What happened to this insurance policy that you had on Donald Trump that you said was a joke? I know you really do have it. He ain't paying you. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing. Hey, look her. If I go down, you going down with me. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hope I can't undo it. You'll be back, Jody Ann. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rudy, Julie, Ani. What is next? 7 of Cups. You don't know either. All right. The Hangman. The Wheel of Fortune. The Moon. King of Swords. 3 of Swords. Yeah, buddy. The 2 of Wands. 4 of Swords. The Fool. 5 of Cups. When none of your cards good. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups and the Hangman. So right now you are trying to change your perspective, but it is not quite happening because you don't know how to get out of this in particular fog. The King of Swords is here, the Wheel of Fortune. You do need to try to find some... you're trying to progress. The Wheel of Fortune is here. The Hangman is here. You're trying to progress. You're trying to, but you cannot. You're stuck. Now, in this in particular Hangman, this person is not hanging for change in perspective, like the Hangman is traditionally depicted. He is actually being whipped. There's a person here doing it, and there's a person there doing it. He's getting it from both sides. Which means you have been left out on this island by your lonesome. Good job. And in time, you will understand that your relationship with Donald Trump has caused you more harm than good. So in this in particular case, you are learning a lesson the hard way. And I said this to anybody raising kids. You can tell them A, B, and C will get you so forth and so forth. Sometimes life has to teach a person because sometimes life has to leave a scar. That way, every time you look at it, you say, okay, Never mind, I'm not doing that because it turned out this way last time. So that's what you're going to have to endure. You have a scar coming, and couldn't happen to a nicer person because you stood by this man for 432 years. And now that he is in trouble, now all of a sudden he ain't bringing you along. You should be grateful. This is your time to tuck tail and run, but you do not see it that way. The Seven of Cups, and that's more than likely because you're in trouble too, because here we have the moon, something you can't make out. By Clarence, the moon is a card I always equate it to, just think of a pond and there's moonlight. You can see the pond, but you can't see the bottom. You know something's there, but you can't quite make out everything. So the moon is slowly revealing something, but there's a lot that's hiding in the dark. That's where the suffering comes in with the Three of Swords. And then the Four of Swords. Then you get laid out. Now you have to retreat. Now you have to go back into hiding. Now you have to go back into your corner. Now you have to go back into whatever. Five of Cups at how it ends. Grief, sorrow, loss, depression. Why? The Fool. And this is not necessarily Donald Trump. This is you as well. Life always gives you an out. This is yours. Take it. Now, with that being said, you're still in trouble, but remember Lev Parnas and Igor from all that? I mean, look, you're still in some trouble, but at least you can be in your own trouble. You ain't got to take his own no more. He left you, then leave him. Remember how he threw out Barr? Remember what he did to Pence? This is what he does to everybody. You're not special. You're just the latest. So, at the core of all of this is the Two of Wands. Right now, you're in brainstorming mode. You don't know exactly what to do next. Again, we established that at the beginning. You don't quite know what to do next. So, what you need to be doing, if I was advising you, separate from him. He's separating from you, so let it go. He's not your actual friend because he does not know how to be one because he's not even one to himself. So let him go and then retreat and figure out what it is you need to do for yourself because you're in your own trouble. If a heifer want to walk out the door, let that heifer walk. Okay, that's my advice to you. All right. Ends in the Ten of Swords, which is an ending. Let it go. What time? It's 8 o'clock, 8:08. Oh, Lord, Discord is banning people too. You go ahead, Discord. Okay, so that was it. That's all I got. I'm done. Oh, what's next for Pence? We can do him. Last one. What's next for Pence? Good old penitentiary. Yes, I know. Only 2 hours. I was manning. I was manning for it. English is hard. I was meaning for it to be. I was meaning for it to be two hours or so. That way, people can watch it on the watch back, and I'm gonna stuff my face full of beans and rice and corn. I actually don't have any more cornbread left either. I can go to the store before it closes though. I hate to be one of them people walk in 5 minutes till, like, don't do that. You get ugly looks and everything. But pants. So that's next for pants, and then that's it. And then I'll see y'all Sunday. Oh, short announcement. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the next charity stream is going to be on the 18th because I had to reschedule Lena because she had a hospital stint, for those who hadn't seen. But she's out. She's feeling better. I think she has a live stream she's going to do with Linda G and Sheila. And then she's going to do one with us on the 18th of February at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The charity we're going to do is K9 Companions for Independence is what it's called. That is a charity for matching K9s or matching service dogs with service members who have PTSD. And so we're going to do that one on the 18th. Now, also, I've been getting a lot of suggestions because I put a post on my community post about suggestions for charities. But here's the thing we have to keep in mind is not all charities are listed under YouTube's charities that you can raise money for. So, for instance, I wanted to do one that was called Vet Dogs or American Vet Dogs because they give the dog away for free to the service members. Now, the charity we're going to do also does it, so we looked up and found one. But that was the one I wanted, but it's not listed on YouTube. And so a lot of people were saying, hey, do a charity for Native Americans and things like this. I can't do it if it's not listed on YouTube. And so if it's not listed on YouTube, I can't raise money for that one. Because there is no button for them. And so the one we have coming up, though, is called K9 Companions for Independence, and they do give the dog away for free. That was the thing that I was most concerned with, is don't charge them for the dog. That was my thing. Because anyway, the list on YouTube, you have to be... I don't know where it is exactly on YouTube for y'all to see. Me, I go through the monetization page, which you can't do that if you're not monetized. And you have to have 10,000 subscribers and so forth and so forth and so forth. But I don't know exactly where it is outside of YouTube for you to go see. But anyway, I can find it and tell y'all one day. For pence, we start with the 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. So we are sharing and desiring. He's going to get something he wanted. There is some sort of security or some sort of payout. I think he went out the right way, so no charges. I never saw him being in a lot of legal trouble, unfortunately. But there is still something that he has been desiring, he is about to get. 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. The King of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, he's also going to get some sort of massive loads of respect from Republicans, but he is also going to get a house. This is my card for home, so he is going to get one. At the core of this, though, is the 9 of Swords. You are worried about a fight that you are having behind the scenes in isolation. You might be having some nightmares. And this might be just a transitional thing because you're coming out of such of a high-profile job that you may be having a hard time adjusting. With the 9 of Swords, the Hermit, and the 5 of Wands. So you might be having a bit of an adjustment period that you're having a hard time coming out of. It has something also to do with power and the power that was just relinquished. And you tied you'll get along to the wrong horse. So there's also something it's internal. It's an internal struggle. The Four of Pentacles, you're holding it close. So you're trying not to let on. And I think it really is a transitional thing. But there's nightmares here too. You're not worried about security anymore. There is a potential, though, for a new person, this could be Garland, to be looking into something and find your name. Because here we have the Ace of Cups and the Hermit. There is a potential for them to investigate or to look into something and find you. They could find you. There's also a foreign leader that is going to be currently battling the USA, or not the USA, but the Republicans. This is not Putin. This is like a Macron or somebody like that. Why would that come up for you, though? I don't know why that's coming up for you. This could have been the last people you had a conversation with. Didn't you go off to talk to somebody in a foreign capacity after you announced Biden and Harris as the winner? They're seeing this might be some sort of conversation that is had between that country and this Republican Party, based upon something you said, or based upon something you did, or whatever the case may be. You're also whoever this new person is, you are worried about the fight that they could bring to you. You are worried about the fight that they could bring to you. And like I said, it is all because of they're looking into something else and your name comes up. You're also sharing something you're worried about the sharing of something with the King of Swords. That's Donald Trump. There's a secret you're trying to keep too. Has something to not to be cheeky, but you know what? Forget him. There's a secret you're trying to keep. It's called the United States of Tarot, is what it's called. There is a secret you're trying to keep around an older man. And it's an emotional one. You're trying to keep this secret. There's also isolation and oh God. There's like isolation and mountain trips or hiking or something of that nature that because he's going to be dealing right now with a lot of mental stuff. This is at the core of his reading. So there's going to be a lot of that type of thing. There's going to be a lot of isolation. This is self-isolation, though. This is him going on hikes and boat trips by himself, or whatever the case may be. He needs to clear his mind. But I go back to he's having a hard time transitioning. there is some Brokeback Mountain in here, though. I'm going to say, I'm just enough with the trying to talk around it. There's going to be some Broke Mountain stuff going on here too, because there's an older man here, and it's not Donald Trump. It's an older man here, and they're going to spend some time together. And it's right now it's just conversational. I ain't saying they knocking boots and nothing like that, but it's but it's here. Meanwhile, guess who ain't here? So that's what I get. All right. Now I'm done. 2 hours, 30 minutes. No, it's not Lindsay. I don't think. No, it's somebody he's known before. I don't think Lindsay's his type, though. Lindsay is a little too pecan tree. He's at least he's a little sweet. I think Pence he likes it a little more rugged outback. I think, a Stetson man. That's what he likes. That type of thing. He's not really into other things. Sydney, we're actually leaving. I'm sorry. So I will see y'all on Sunday, right here on this channel, actually. What is today? Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll see y'all. Wait a minute. I'll see y'all on Friday on Red Lentil Healing. Me, Red Lentil Healing, and Blissful Divination is going to do a stream on Red Lentil Healing's channel. So I will see y'all on Friday and then again on Sunday. Thank you, lucky girl. So I will see y'all then. Y'all have a good night. Thank you very much for hanging out with me and so forth and so forth. Bye-bye.